theirs, and that our community is pulling for them. These are the kind of folks that we're dealing with here. This is a great town full of great people. And when tragedy strikes, we come together, and we're doing that right now. And the thing that strikes me as much as anything is that out of these tragic events, we're going to make things better. We have to. We have to make things better. We have to do it for our police officers, for the men and women of the Albuquerque Police Department, who too many times, have to go out and re-arrest a violent offender that they just arrested, sometimes hours before, sometimes days, weeks, or months before. We've got to make things better for a little 4-year-old on her way home from school. This cannot be a better place to be a repeat violent offender than a 4-year-old on her way home from school. We can't stand for it. We need more officers at the Albuquerque Police Department. We know that. We've got a plan for that. We need help getting that done. We have that answer. We know what to do. We've got to get help from the legislature to do that. And I didn't come here today to point fingers, folks. I didn't come here, the easiest thing for elected officials to do in a situation like this is to revert right to finger pointing. I want our friends in the legislature to have the tools and information that they need to help us make decisions. I want our officers to have the tools and manpower that they need. And if there's a frustration here at all, and there is, it's that we know the answers. We can do this. We just have to have the will and the fortitude to get it done. And, nobody's responsible for the death of Lily Garcia except the criminal that shot and killed her. Nobody's responsible for Officer Webster's fight for every breath except the criminal that shot him. But it's evident to me that all these folks, and Dr. Finch alike, and Steve Gorecki's family, they've all been let down by a system that's got some holes in it. So let's get them fixed. Let's get together as a community and get these things done. I want to thank our community. We've had people step up and offer hotel rooms to the family of Officer Webster. We've had restaurants offer food. We've had 2 of our great local community members, funeral homes offer funeral services for Lily Garcia. We've had thousands and thousands of dollars raised. We have people like Nurse Rose, who was just over getting a cup of coffee and jumped into action to try to save Officer Webster and really kept him alive until the paramedics got there. And let me tell you another story. Today I was in Daniel's room, and I don't want to say too many things about an individual's medical conditions, but when I was there, as I was walking out, I walked by another room in the ICU. And her voice said, "Hey, Mayor, can I talk to you a minute?" And I turned around, and there is an individual who is in ICU who I won't say the name, but apparently has a broken back, and was sitting there with all kinds of tubes and wires and everything. And he said, "Can I pray with you?" And this guy, in his time of need, said a prayer for Daniel Webster, for our community, for little baby Lily. And that's the kind of folks we have in this town. And I don't want our community to lose sight of that. We live in a great city, full of great people, and from time to time in a big city like this, we have tragic things happen. But the thing that we have to do is we can't let the pain of these last few days fade away. What all too oftentimes happens is when something tragic happens, people talk about it. We all have big plans to make changes, and then as the days, weeks, and months go by, we lose our fervor. And we can't do that. And I can tell you, each of those folks I met with today, the Garcia family, Dr. Finch, the family of Steve Gorecki, they're not going to let their passion fade away. They told me in no uncertain terms they want to work with our office, they want to work with legislators to make these things better.